this is the very beginning of like 2024. Where do you want to be at the end of the year? We have a January 2025.
Yeah.
Okay. I know you guys have got your eyes on some crazy new equipment. So, like, what's your vision? What are you hoping for? Tell me a little bit more about why you want that equipment.
Yeah.
What is it going to do?
Yeah, so this year, I really want to be able to, get more of the wedding party involved in the story during pre-ceremony and things like that. And so, with some of the new gear that we're getting, more microphones, more ways to be able to sync things. Yeah, so with some of the equipment that we're getting, more microphones, time code, and things like that can help aid us in our process of acquisition on the day. To tell, better stories of those intimate moments that happen that we would not have been able to get before because either for audio reasons or something, So, maybe the pre-ceremony, the bride is having a conversation with her mom, and they're talking about like how her and the groom first met, whereas if we can have the mom mic'd up as well as the bride, for that pre-ceremony, that would be amazing because that would just add into like the little bits that we can put into.
I can see that in my head right now, just like getting the last of her makeup done, having a emotional conversation. Like there's nothing like that.
Yeah.
That we're able to incorporate at the moment, or that we currently do incorporate. And I think that would just, it would elevate it so much at a different level. I really like that.
Yeah, and those moments come so naturally, and they're unpredictable. And so if we're prepared to capture those things, then we can include them.
Right. And if we're prepared to capture those things, then we'll think to capture those things. Because if we're thinking, well, this is a long shot that we're going to even be able to get the audio off, like the camera audio off my shot here, but it's a really good emotional moment, we wouldn't get those moments as often. But if we know that these three people are mic'd, like we got eyes on them at all times.
Yeah.
And,
Very true.
And we're always thinking like,
Love that.
What are they doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you just say something kind of vaguely, poetic, at any given time, we're gonna have our ears perked and we're gonna think, oh man, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Right. That goes back to that whole idea of shooting with intent, shooting to the edit.
Yeah. Yeah. Because and sometimes you get events and weddings that maybe the toasts are very quick. They're sweet and short, and maybe also that wedding had shorter vows because maybe the couple wanted to do private vows or something else, or something on a different day or something.
Yeah.
Right? By being able to pick up more story elements during the day, we still have the ability to make a great film. But sometimes when we're creating these films, it would have been nice to have one additional element to include to make it just feel a little bit more full.
Another chapter, another paragraph.
Yeah.
Another little element to the story to enrich it.
Or like a nice closing element or a nice opening element even.
Yeah, and it's just kind of depending on the type of event we're talking about.
Yeah.
Because there are, you mentioned some types of, events and where, there's short toasts or, the letter readings aren't happening. There's not a ton there. Sometimes like traditional affairs or, traditional things get in the way of those types of things. You want to kind of do both as a couple because you want to do your traditional wedding day that, say you're Roman Catholic. And so the ceremony of a Roman Catholic wedding, like you do want all of those things, but at the same time, a heartfelt letter reading, that footage that's something you also want,
The personal element.
The personal elements. And so I think having more ability for us, like microphone-wise or audio-wise, would be huge. Because then we could diversify what we could give those types of clients. It's like we just have more ability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it also goes to like their personality.
Yeah.
Some people, they really are about the informal moments than they are the formal moments.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
So it'll help us service, you know, different types of clients as well.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the amount of like, you know, events. If I interviewed somebody at an event and they seemed like a, you know, very charismatic people's person up until that point, you know, talking to everybody, making jokes, the second you get them on camera, they, you know, tighten up and it's a lot more difficult for them. And so if those informal moments, just like you just said, that's what's real. That's the real stuff. I really like that. And anytime at this point that you've incorporated some of that informal stuff, like into the films, like it's been really, really cool.
Yeah. I remember this one wedding that we did out at their, you know, out at their farm.
I know exactly what you're talking. I know the soundbite you're talking about.
Yeah,
exactly.
when he goes past on this, you know,
and he says, "I'm getting married."
Yeah, I'm getting married. You know, it just happened. I just
yeah.
happened to get the shot, and I had to clean up the audio a little bit because it was so impromptu, and he's on like this loud go-kart or, you know, golf cart. like, but that's great, you know, and it just happened, and I put it in. But yeah, I want to be able to get more of that. You know.
Yeah, I want to basically make documentary style weddings in the cinematic format.
Yeah.
Like it can still be, you know, 8 to 10 minutes, you know, and look gorgeous.
Yeah.
While also delivering fully on like that documentary story.
Yeah.
You know. That's what.
Nice. So this is the year of audio. Really, really putting some importance and bringing that to life.
Yeah.
Or more to the forefront.
The year of the ear.
The year of the ear. Okay.
I love it. Well, I'm excited. I can't wait.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited. Yeah, and I think everyone's gonna have like a fun time with it too. I think, especially people that are like the mother of the bride. Like I want her voice to shine, especially.
Yeah.
They do so much on the wedding day, and they just have so much information that I feel like takes a back seat.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
so they would be one of the people that I'm like super excited to get more story elements from.
Yeah.
Just hear their perspective.
Yep, she just gets ushered to the front of the ceremony. Doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
She might get a dance with her son.
Yeah.
But if it's not her son, she's not going to dance with her daughter. She might get a dance with her son-in-law. But then, you know, she's not a part of the bouquet toss if the couple is still doing that.
Yeah.
And yeah, she takes the woman who has spent her life raising you kind of plays a whole back seat to the wedding, and to have her voice shine and to be present and there. And even when, if the mother and the father or the couple give the toast during the wedding, it's usually the man who starts off the toast, and then the wife might follow up with something shorter, but it's not.
Or sometimes the man, or like husband and wife walk up and the man talks the whole time.
Well, she doesn't get to say anything.
Yeah. She's
Right.
like, I don't know why
I've
y'all
seen
both
that
came
too.
up.
But you don't hardly ever see the opposite, where the mother of the bride takes the stage, holds the stage. So yeah, we need to pay attention to her. We really need to make her shine.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea. She's done a lot of work to get to that day.
Yeah.
She needs to celebrate too.
No, that's what I'm excited about this year.